Mute out the line. And when I ask some people to share, they can unmute themselves if that works okay for everyone. So I think all of our fabulous guests are on this evening. So we are recording, I see. Great. It's great to have you guys joining us live, or if you're catching the recording, thank you so much for joining us tonight for our One Simple Change event. As someone may have told you when they invited you, we love sharing this information all the time, but definitely this time of year. As a mom of 3 and a busy wife and business owner, I know how crazy this time of year can be, but it's so great to be back in a routine. And so it's great to be a little more disciplined with meal planning and some of our healthy habits that we have. But tonight we're excited also to share just how one simple change, just different little simple things you can do, can add up to huge and meaningful results in your health. And I didn't always have a thriving, healthy lifestyle, but I do today. And I'm so excited to share with you exactly what that looks like and the information that really changed everything for me and for the future of my whole family as well. You know, I like to say that healthy living used to be simple. It was, you know, drinking water from the water hose and family time and, you know, just a simple lifestyle. Remember as a kid what that looked like. But today it's so different. Family dinners are replaced with fast food, and neighborhood games outside are replaced with video games, and smartphone socializing and sugary sodas and desserts are replacing healthy snacks. What used to be just, you know, the normal occasional birthday party treats and stuff like that. And people are turning to energy drinks and other fake alternatives for their lifestyle to get through the day. So I like to ask, and that's another thing, this time of year is for those of you who have kids or busy families, you kind of start to fall into this routine where you're not taking care of yourself. And there's a reason when you are on an airplane that they tell you to put your oxygen mask on first and then assist any children who are with you, because it's really important that we are taking care of ourselves. And I think we can all agree that our health is made up of these 4 core areas, you know, eating real food and exercise, drinking water, and getting more sleep. The sleep is where I'm the biggest hypocrite, but I do want to share and educate that your body really does do all kinds of things while you're sleeping. And so it detoxifies, it repairs, and your hormones are really able to do their thing. So society today is sleep deprived, and it's almost like a badge of honor. And it's something that we really kind of need to shift. There are also 2 startling trends in our world. First is environmental toxins and how they are increasing. The second is our food quality and how it is decreasing. It's really the perfect storm in our bodies, and these increased environmental toxins and decreased quality of food is causing an excess amount of oxidative stress. Oxidative stress in our bodies is caused by smoking and exercise. And I did say exercise. I want to encourage you to exercise, but it does cause more oxidative stress. Medications, flying in airplanes, all of these things increase oxidative stress in our body. And it's important to understand because oxidation causes aging and disease. You see in this picture the 2 visuals, the split face, and that's what's happening. It's really your rate of aging. It's the oxidation. Wrinkles are an example of what oxidative stress, how it shows up in our skin cells. Another illustration is the apple. If you cut an apple in half and you leave it out, you know, this is what happens. It turns brown. But if you squeeze lemon juice on it, which is full of antioxidants, it slows down the aging process of that apple. So just like the lemon helps to lessen the oxidative stress on the apple, antioxidants from fruits and vegetables neutralize the harmful oxidants in our bodies, and they truly are our best defense. They shield and protect us. Time magazine back in 2003 said, the news isn't that fruits and vegetables are good for you, it's that they're so good for you they could actually save your life. That's a pretty profound statement. And most people know they're not eating enough fruits and vegetables, but 70% of Americans are turning to vitamin supplements. And I want to talk just real quick about something that oftentimes families are doing in the morning before school is setting out the daily vitamins. And the difference between vitamins and whole food, a vitamin has maybe 35 to 50 isolated nutrients in it, whereas an apple has now over 10,000 named nutrients. Each fruit or vegetable actually has that many, and they work together to protect our bodies. So there's really no comparison. Vitamins are barely scratching the surface as far as the potential or effectiveness. And science is telling us over and over to get our nutrients from whole food instead of from isolated nutrients. And that isolated nutrients may actually, in research today, show to do more harm than good. So it's important to eat as many fruits and vegetables as you can every day, and even beyond the minimum recommendation. Maybe you're someone who does eat a lot of fruits and vegetables, and this is great, but it's important to know that our fruits and vegetables today are picked so early, transported thousands of miles, so they're not as nutritiously dense. And that's why what we remember years ago as the 5-a-day campaign, and then it was 5 to 9, now it's 7 to 13 servings of fruits and vegetables every day. A serving size is the size of your fist, essentially. And if you're a serious athlete, you actually need to eat as many as 16 to 18 servings per day. I have a friend in Florida that used to joke you'd have to be a stay-at-home vegetarian if you actually were going to accomplish getting that much nutrition in your diet every day. I try to pack fruits and vegetables in my kids' lunches. And we try to have a great healthy breakfast and have something at dinner. But even with that focus, we're not getting 7 to 13 servings of fruits and vegetables every day. So the one simple change that we made, my husband and I 19 years ago, and my kids their whole life, that I love to share, it's my favorite back to school supply, I'll tell you, is a resource called Juice Plus. And Juice Plus is a way to add all 30 of these fruits, vegetables, and berries to your diet every day. They're vine ripened, which is so important because over half the nutrients really develop in the last 2 to 3 days of the ripening process. And so much of the produce we're eating that we buy is picked so early and shipped. And then by the time we get it, it has very minimal amounts of the nutrients that should be in the foods. So all the produce that goes into Juice Plus is vine ripened. After the produce is picked, they're juiced and dried and put into a capsule or chewable. It truly is plant powder, concentrated fruits and vegetables. Even the peels, the leaves, and the seeds, all of it gets juiced. And it's like getting the rainbow that you see in this picture, a huge variety of fresh produce every single day. And it's not a substitute for eating the real thing, but it definitely helps bridge the gap in our diet. So it comes in these in the capsules, and you see the label even says nutrition facts like a food label. So there's the red, the green, and the purple. So these are your fruits, veggies, and berries. And then they also come in a gummy form for kids or adults who would rather get the added nutrition, that way. And we also have the Juice Plus Complete Shakes. These are a great resource for families as well. My family uses these for breakfast every morning. We do smoothies, and they take them in the car on the way to school, and it's loaded with awesome nutrition, low glycemic load. It has a glycemic index that's better than broccoli. I mean, it's loaded with 8 grams of fiber and 13 grams of protein, and so just super healthy plant nutrition. It comes in chocolate and vanilla, gluten-free, dairy-free. You see the list on there. And this really is the macronutrition. It's a beautiful complement to the micronutrition that's in the capsules or the chewables. And the macronutrients are like the gas in your car, and the micronutrients are like the oil. So you really do need to have both. And I've seen such a difference in my own family, whether it's pre or post workout and recovery. It's been amazing to see from an immune system standpoint, and then just an overall health, the difference that these resources have made. We're getting over 45 plant foods every day between these resources. And it's an incredible peace of mind to know what a difference that's making in our body. But not just what I'm feeling. There are a few ways that Juice Plus is very unique. One, the food label that I showed earlier. It really is 45 whole foods. It's NSF certified, so it's third-party quality assurance. It's a very strict, NSF sports certified for athletes, so professional athletes, Olympic athletes. It is very safe to have this added nutrition in your diet every day. And then the last thing is the clinical research. There's over 35 published clinical studies on Juice Plus. And that's really what sets it apart from all the other nutritional products in the world, is the clinical research that has taken place for over 20 years. Very well-known research institutions have studied what happens in people's bodies, not in test tubes, when they consume Juice Plus. These are gold standard, double-blind, placebo-controlled, randomized, so very credible research that's been published in peer-reviewed medical journals. And I mean, some of my favorites are on here, and I'd love to elaborate on probably all of them. I love what MD Anderson Cancer Center found on ovarian cancer survivors. The University of Maryland, their study that was published in the Journal of American College of Cardiology, showing the benefit of Juice Plus after a high-fat meal, actually keeping the arteries open after a high-fat meal, which is, again, unheard of. It's pretty awesome. These are some of the results. The improves cardiovascular wellness, I mentioned that one. Supporting the immune system, that's definitely what I experienced firsthand. I went from being on antibiotics at least 6 times a year to maybe once a year, if some years not at all, because of the added nutrition that this helped my body get. And it's proven in this medical research. My allergies and things like that significantly improved. It's been proven in medical research to improve your gum tissue, reduce oxidative stress, and that's even in athletes who have higher levels, reduce inflammation, protect DNA, healthier skin, insulin resistance, abdominal fat mass. I mean, the list goes on, you can see it. Another favorite, I think, is probably the protect DNA. There's days I want to go to a mountaintop and shout out to the world that the power of produce is incredible. There is no drug on the market that will protect and repair your DNA. But what these studies on Juice Plus prove is that your God-given fruits and vegetables will do it every day. We're just not eating enough of them. So it's very exciting to know that there's a simple way that you can improve your family's health and take care of your own health. And there's also the children's study, part of our Healthy Starts for Families. It's really exciting to see the difference. With an adult taking the Juice Plus, a child can get it free for up to 4 years. And that's not just little kids, it's actually students ages 4 through undergraduate college. If the mom, dad, any adult buys Juice Plus, then they can sponsor a child to receive it free. And you see some of these statistics on here that are coming back. This is non-invasive. It's not a clinical study. It's questionnaire-based, but seeing, less soft drinks and eating more fruits and vegetables, less prescription drugs and over-counter medicine. So it's really exciting to see what a difference that has made. And then another resource that we've added in the last couple years is the Juice Plus Omega Blend. The research on the importance of omegas has been outstanding. And Juice Plus wanted to offer a truly plant-based omega. It's not a fish oil. It's the actual omega 3, 5, 6, 7, 9 full spectrum omegas. It's cold pressed, and it's from all plant sources. And it's great to see what the addition of that has done, even the last couple years, for my family's health. So at this point, I want to take a quick break and ask a couple friends to share what Juice Plus has meant, so that you can hear from some other busy moms and some teachers what that looks like to them. So Michelle, if you're in a place to unmute and come on.
Hi.
Hey.
Okay. I didn't know if it was going to stay on that or if my face was going to be really big right now.
No.
So before Juice Plus, I was a really busy stay-at-home mom of 2 young kids. My oldest was diagnosed with autism. We were dealing with super picky eaters, restricted diets, and my daughter was on Miralax every day. And we started working with an array of doctors and really learning about the power of nutrition and changing some things in her diet. And the one thing that was really missing was being able to find some kind of way to bridge the gap in what we were eating. So a behavioral psychologist that we were working with met Julie and learned about Juice Plus and shared that with me. And that was exactly what we were looking for. So since starting Juice Plus, my kids eat a much larger variety of fruits and vegetables than they ate before. They are hardly ever sick. My son used to catch just about everything and it would turn into a week-long fever. He's very rarely sick at this point, and my daughter's had one sick day in the last 4 years, so that's pretty awesome. Nobody's got time to be sick, but especially a single mama. And then really there's just the peace of mind of knowing that no matter what kind of day that we have, like there's days that we really just don't have time to have a real sit down dinner, and so we may just throw things in a smoothie and take those to go. And I just know that we're getting 50 fruits and vegetables in our diet every day, no matter what else goes on. And then at the same time that I learned about Juice Plus, I had just gone through a divorce, and like you were mentioning before, putting on your oxygen mask first, I was not doing that for myself. And so I was just super run down, trying to put their needs first. And so starting the capsules and taking the shakes every morning just really gave me back my energy that I needed to be able to keep up with my kids and not have that 3 o'clock slump. And then just the added bonus of not dealing with allergies anymore has been phenomenal.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for sharing. And next, I'm going to have Kimberly unmute if you can, or I can unmute for you.
There, I think I got it.
Awesome.
I have to first say, the reason why my living room is so messy is because I have my sister staying with me right now. So I always look at people's backgrounds, so I had to mention anyway.
Real life.
My name is Kimberly Moseley. I am a personal trainer and owner of The Training Habit. I'm also a former teacher. My husband is the communications director at First Baptist Church. We have 2 kids, a little girl named Layla, who just started first grade, and a 19-month-old Jack, who keeps me on my toes. So a friend introduced me to Juice Plus almost exactly a year ago. Once I learned more about the plant powders and chewables along with the delicious complete protein shakes, I knew that I wanted that for my whole family. Yes, even the shakes. My daughter loves the complete protein shakes. Even Jack likes to drink my smoothies as well. But I will have to say this, that there's no way I'd feed my kids a protein mix with whey protein in it. That's something I can share more about later on, but I love that it's plant-based protein shakes. We sometimes will make pudding out of the shake mix, and this is real funny about Layla because she always will ask for dessert after supper, and she knows that if she mentions the complete protein pudding, then I have to give into it, and she gets her way. So as far as the chewables go, both my 7-year-old and my 19-month-old take them. And Jack is so cute. When I ask him if he wants a chewable, he does this cute little penguin dance as he walks close to me so he can get his chewable. So for the most part, we eat pretty healthy. But when I learned that I could be adding the micronutrients from 45 fruits and vegetables to our daily lives, I was sold. This made total sense to me. It's the macronutrients, the carbs, the proteins, the fats that help us to survive, but it's the micronutrients in those foods that allow us to thrive. So the other day, my 7-year-old daughter, she was bragging that she's been sick less than me since she takes her chewables every day, which isn't technically true because I haven't been sick either. But the last time that we were actually all sick was this past December when we all got the flu, just like everybody else. However, after talking to my friends and my coworkers about our bout with the flu, it was significantly shorter than everyone else's. Same symptoms, but ours was over in 48 hours. So with our kids being in school and in close proximity and exposed to all kinds of germs. Now, I'm not even a germaphobe. However, I want to set my family up to fight off sickness the best that I know how, and that's through what our Creator has given us, fruits and vegetables. But as a busy mom and wife, it's really challenging to get what we need and to get enough of it every day. So to ensure my family is getting what we need, I love that having the added protection from these extra plant powders they're guaranteed every day.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Kimberly, for sharing that. And our last one is joining us via road trip, but I just love her mission and her story. So Angie, if you are still on to make a connection here, Angie owns a farm school. And so I'd love to hear from the school director what this has meant.
Okay, can you hear me okay?
I can.
Okay, good. So I do own a forest and farm school, and I met Julie Mohajir just a couple of weeks after I opened up, and her and Georgia and Ford shared their story with me, and eventually I jumped on board. And I just want to tell you a little bit of difference that Juice Plus has made in our lives from an educator's perspective. Well, first off, from my very own, like when my Juice Plus came in the mail the next day when I got to school, my team wanted to know what I was drinking and if we could still care for children and be under the influence of it. I had an immediate response with energy from my body, and I needed the boost. I had also always battled since I was about 10 or 12 years old with severe IBS, and it was really hard to travel and do my job in the corporate world. And that was the very next thing I noticed was that was completely under control, and I've never had another issue with that again. So as you know, if you're around children, oftentimes they do have trouble with constipation or with bowel problems. And I know that a lot of it's because of the way we live our lives today, so busy going to sports events and dance and all the other little activities we have our children in. Often moms rely on going through the drive-thru and feeding their children, so they're not actually getting food, or if they're getting food, it's not full of fruits and vegetables like we know we need. So when I began to share with my families how we bridge the gap in our home, they started trying this nutrition with their children, specifically the ones that were having to go to the ER a couple of times a month and being prescribed not just Miralax, but an adult dose of Miralax. And I know that most of you probably read the studies on brain development in children and Miralax and how dangerous it is. The other thing that we've noticed with children is the impact that nutrition has on the decision-making centers of our brain. So a lot of children have behavior and acting out issues simply because of the food that they're not getting, the healthy food that they're not getting in their system. Other things that often come up with in the education system are skin issues or sleep issues. So when I can offer a healthy solution that's completely organic, the very environment that I educate in as a forest and farm school, so I attract people who are interested in a more natural, holistic way. So it's been such a privilege to be able to share that. And then finally, the aeroponic tower garden adds such value to our school program as we teach children. And we know that research shows us that children who plant food are more likely to try and like it. And we aren't just limited to the summertime with that experience because of the aeroponic tower garden. So thank you for taking a moment to listen to my story.
Well, thank you for sharing even amidst unexpected road trips. So I'm so glad you could still share tonight. Thank you, Angie. It is awesome to meet educators who understand the value of whole food and real food and can teach kids about other things that aren't as healthy for their body, because it does impact. There's a huge link between food and behavior. So there's so many benefits, not just disease prevention, but their thinking capacity and even behavior and things that food and good nutrition plays such a role in. And part of our community offers this awesome jumpstart. So for those people that are thinking, okay, how can I get started in this journey of making better choices in food, I invite you to join us for one of our Shred 10s. We host a Shred 10 group every single month, usually the first Monday of the month, but in September, because of the holiday, we'll be starting on September 10th, Monday, September 10th. And it's 10 days of shredding the food, the toxins, and habits that are not serving you well. You flood your body with the plant nutrients, the resources with Juice Plus. We have cooking guides and menu suggestions and a Facebook support group, and just amazing ways to help support you in adding more fruits and vegetables and eliminating some of the foods that are inflammatory, like dairy, gluten, sugar, caffeine. And some of those may scare you, but we're here to support you in that. And when you can let your body have a 10-day break from those foods, it's pretty remarkable what you'll see from an overall health perspective. Another benefit of this type of jumpstart and program, and then what a lot of people find is they just continue living a lot of the guidelines out, but is from the standpoint of maintaining a healthy weight. That's often something that a lot of people are interested in. And I want to share one aspect of it, because that is a hot topic for a lot of people. And we know that excess fat does contribute to over 20 different diseases. And remember at the beginning, we talked about the toxins and that our bodies are being bombarded, whether it's toxins in the environment or in our food. Well, our bodies can't handle the onslaught of the toxins. So it protects the organs by trapping the toxins in the fat cells. And the good news is this keeps the toxins from actually roaming and wreaking havoc in our bodies. But the bad news is that the fat cells expand and can cause weight issues. So when you burn fat in the wrong way, without proper nutrition or with over-exercising, which you absolutely can shed fat that way, the toxins are re-released into the bloodstream, and that stresses the body out. So your body very smartly goes into fat production to once again enrobe those toxins to protect the organs, and the fat returns. And that's where a lot of people see when you meet people and they're like, I yo-yo dieted my whole life. You know, I can lose, but then I gain. It's because they're not truly cleansing their body. But if you look at the bottom half of this visual, there is a better way. And this is what naturally, the Shred 10 program is not designed as a weight loss program, but it is a natural positive side effect of clean eating. The safe and healthy way to lose weight is to truly cleanse yourself by removing that toxic load and adding clean eating, which then those added fruits and vegetables, the support from Juice Plus and other dietary recommendations we have, you're now shedding the fat and assisting your liver so it can do its job and it can cleanse the toxins. The weight loss is easier, it's quicker, and it leads to more permanent weight loss. And that is an added benefit to a lot of people. I don't count calories. I don't look at fat grams or all this different stuff. I just eat food that my body was designed to eat. And today I'm 2 sizes smaller at almost 44 than I was on a college dance team when I still had a really what I thought was healthy lifestyle. But it's amazing that these changes over the last 19 years have actually resulted in so many health immune building benefits, but also my whole body composition has totally changed. I want to bring Kimberly back in real quick before we wrap up. Just as a personal trainer, Kimberly, can you share your perspective of a program like the Shred 10?
Yes. Well, I absolutely love the Shred 10. For one, I'm a raving fan of it. There are two things that my clients look for when we're talking about nutrition. Obviously, I work with them on building muscle and cardio, that kind of thing. But really, they're not going to be able to see very much results if they're not changing their eating habits and their nutrition. So the two things are accountability. It always helps if you're changing what you're normally used to have that accountability to be able to do it. Have someone do it with you, which is great. And it's why we have our support group on Facebook, and you have your Juice Plus reps alongside of you, checking on you and following up with you, giving you ideas for different recipes and foods that you can eat throughout the day so that you're not starving. There's no reason for you to starve when you're eating and when you're doing the Shred 10. And another thing is guidance. People are like, what do I give up? How much do I eat of this? Well, you have the Shred 10 guide, and it's perfect because it gives you exactly what you need to eliminate in order to get rid of the inflammation in your body, and what you need to add more of, which is fruits, vegetables, water, and obviously your shakes twice a day, and your Juice Plus capsules as well. So, it really couldn't be more simple than that. It's hard for some people to give up all of those things at once, but my gosh, if you can give up just a few of those things, the first Shred 10, you're doing your body, really good if you can give up a few of those things and add more water and sleep and fruits and vegetables. So.
Thank you so much. It really is such a fun program to see what a difference it can make in people's health. And we have some people who join us every month and they say, then I'm eating clean 120 days a year. They join us 10 days, 12 different months. Some people will do it once a year or twice a year. But as Kimberly mentioned, some months you may be easing into the guidelines of a Shred 10. And then other months it becomes easier and you're all in. So we welcome you to find out more about that program and join us sometime for that as well. Angie mentioned the Tower Garden, and I do want to share this. For anyone who's looking to grow their own fruits and vegetables, this is another resource that our Healthy Living Revolution offers as part of being able to control what you're eating and seeing for families how to grow your own produce. This is an aeroponic vertical garden. It grows 20 different plants, and it actually produces 30% more produce than a conventional garden. There's no dirt, there's no soils or no weeding and things like that, and it uses 90% less water and clearly 90% less space to be going with a vertical garden. So it's so fun to see families grow their own produce and see what that is like and be a part of that. So that's a really great resource for families as well, and saves tons of money. I've had one Tower Garden for 8 years, and I've purchased several others, and so we just grow our own food year round. But it's all part, as I mentioned, of our Healthy Living Revolution. So definitely write down this website. These are part of our free resources for you. It's at healthylivingrevolution.com. There are free cookbooks every quarter that you can download. There's a kids program called Start Strong. There are the Facebook support groups that we mentioned for our shred challenges. And then there's incredible live education, and it is recorded and they're archived there too under the Healthy Living Revolution live webinars, all kinds of topics. If you have an interest in gluten or soy or cancer prevention, inflammation, microbiome, there's a lot of great topics archived in there. So check out part of our resources at healthylivingrevolution.com. And we invite you to join us. We invite you to have one of the best school years of your life, be a part of this community to support your health and your family's health. And one simple change to do that is with the Juice Plus resources. The trio of capsules is less than $2.50 a day, and a child can get it free in the Healthy Starts for Families. They can get it free for up to 4 years. And then the shakes are only $2 a serving. So for less than $4.50 a day, I'm replacing a meal and flooding my body with 45 different plant foods. And then for brain health, that Omega blend, for $5.50 a day, you can add that in and have all of that. So these are just some great tips and tricks that we have that have made a difference in our families. And I thank you for joining us tonight to learn more about how you can take your health back and have one of the best years ever. So thank you so much for being a part of our event. Definitely talk to the person who invited you if you have questions about any of these resources, or if you've thought of anyone else that you'd like to share this video with. It is recorded for you to share. Thanks so much. Have a great week.